Hey, everybody. Taking me a while to load in there. Well, that was our button. The other button does something much cooler, and we'll be unveiling that tomorrow at our event, I Am Possible. I'm going to give everybody a minute to load in because, varying
That
internet
was the
speeds,
one.
kind of like Altspace traffic. What'd you say, Fury?
That was the one. For a second, I thought we were going to see that. The second one with the. Oh, I'm excited for that.
Yeah, no, that's going to keep coming at I Am Possible. We usually use the big teleporter for flight time, so I want to remain the same. I was really tempted to press the other one because the other one's got like a really cool visual effect. Now, Braden, are you seeing those borders that you're talking about? Or feeling them anywhere?
No, not anymore.
All right, cool. All right, everybody, let's get everybody in the air. Let's get the first group going. What you want to do is you want to open your main menu. That's the blue and white triangle button on your lower left. When you press that, you're going to see a bunch of tabs on the very bottom. One of those tabs looks like a cogwheel that says settings. If you press on that settings cogwheel, you're going to see all these categories on the left-hand side. The third one down says input. If you press input, you're going to see the center panel has changed, the very top of which says fly. Next to that is a white circle. If you press that white circle, it's going to toggle to blue and you'll be ready to go. So all you have to do is press that X with the circle in the lower right that says close. You'll be able to see me again. So hi, everybody. Now all you do is move forward and look up. And when you do, you're going to go right up into the air, just like that. Awesome. Right? If you didn't catch those instructions, I'm happy to go over them again. Let me just get everybody outside first. If you're flying, what you do is you go through this doorway here, and you can go through these red rings, and up there you'll reach the tower, where you'll learn a type of teleportation that feels like fast flight. It's called zip lining, or it's what we call it. You'll zip line down to that yellow X, and if you have any questions, just come on over and see me. You can also fly these ships over here by going into the one that's on the ground. You'll see a launch button inside the cockpit. If you press the launch button, what will happen is one of these ships will attach to you. Only 3 are allowed up at a time right now, so we can increase our performance in this space. But you just wait until the sign's available, and then you can press one and take one up, just like this, just like Dragon Feathers is flying around. All right, everybody. So if anybody has any questions, just let me know. If anybody missed those instructions, just let me know. That's it. I'll be in the office to take any questions that you have.
Or any questions relating to Altspace in general.
Yeah, Altspace questions are great. Yeah. It's neat seeing the ships fly around. Love that. Very cool. All right. Anybody have any questions while we're waiting around? Anybody miss those instructions at all?
Actually.
What's up, Braden? What's up, Braden? What's that?
Like, when, there's like a span of a couple of seconds, like, just for probably like a millisecond, something, like the room will glitch out, like, sort of like, I don't know how to explain it. Like,
almost like it freezes for a half a tick, like just like a little freeze.
Yeah.
And then.
Well, this is one of Altspace's busiest times, and the server's probably under a lot of stress right now. I've noticed it's a little choppy too. Not just here, it was choppy at the forum space too. So it's right now, they just recently did some server upgrades, and they're going to be fine tuning it, but it's really the time of day.
It's been happening to me too, but I don't think there's anything we can do about it. I do think that
well, there is one thing we can do is we can cut down the flight pens that we have out. So let's leave the ones that we usually leave out on the table. Let's leave these out of the mix for a little while and see if that helps, because that can improve performance.
I missed like the instructions for this, so what I actually did was I was going to settings and I went to the flight and I spawned it in, and then I just found out how to do that, and then
that's a great way to fly.
That's how I turn on flight then. But I forgot.
Yeah.
And I missed the instructions.
All right. Well, there's two ways you can do it. You can use the flight tool, which is a great way to get around. It's also useful in world building. If anybody would like to learn how to use the flight tool, I'm happy to show you. But if you just want to enable flight, what you can do is if you press that blue and white triangle menu button, right? You went to items. What you want to do is you want to go to the settings cogwheel, and on the left-hand side, there's a category. A third one down is input. When you see input, you'll see there's a fly toggle that's next to the word fly. Yeah, exactly. Right there. You just press that fly toggle and you can get to go. All right, now, does anybody have any questions at all? Anybody miss those instructions?
And then if you want to go a little faster in regular flight mode, then you just have to press down on your left trigger button while you're moving.
That's right. That's right. I left that part out.
Well,
the left trigger button will make it go faster, which is great.
It's not as fast as a flight pen, but it's
yeah, it does accelerate you, though. It's pretty handy.
Yeah.
All right. Does anybody have any questions at all? Altspace questions, flying questions,
or not boats, planes.
What you do is if you see there's a line outside. If you go into the ship that's on the ground, you'll see a launch button inside. If you press that launch button, one of the ships will attach to you, but only 3 are available up at one time, or 3 are allowed up at one time, I should say. Cool. Hey, Mads, how's it going? Welcome. Have you ever learned how to fly in Altspace before?
No, I haven't.
Would you like to learn?
Sure.
Awesome. What you want to do is you want to press the blue and white triangle button in your lower left. When you press that blue and white triangle button, you're going to see your main menu open up in front of you. And on the bottom, you're going to see all these tabs. Right on the lower right side, you'll see a cogwheel that says settings. If you press on that cogwheel, you're going to see all these categories on the left-hand side. The third category down on the left says input. You press on that input, you're going to see the center panel has changed. And top of that center panel says the word fly. Next to that is a white circle. If you press that white circle, it's going to toggle to blue and you'll be ready to go. Now, all you have to do is press the close button. That's the X in the lower right. As soon as you do, you'll be able to see again. So hi, and then all you do is move forward and look up. And when you do, you go right up into the air. There you go. Awesome. Yeah, cool, right? And you steer your head, which is kind of weird. It takes a little time to get used to that. So what you can do is fly out to the doorway here, right? And you will see all these red rings outside. If you fly up through those red rings, you'll eventually reach the top of the tower. When you get there, you'll learn about a type of teleportation that feels like fast flight. We call it zip lining. You'll zip line down to that yellow X there, and then come back over to the office and see me if you have any questions. And if you want to fly one of these ships, take one of these ships up. There's a line for it because only 3 are allowed up at a time. But if you go into the cockpit of that ship that's on the pad there, you'll be able to just press the launch button, and one of the ships will attach to you, and you can fly up through the rings. Which I see we got 2 of them going up there now. Actually, is that 3? It might be 3. They're close together. It's hard. Oh, no, that's 2. There might be 1 free. Yeah, but it looks like there's a line.
Do you know Moxie?
Do I what now?
Do you know Moxie? Moxie.
Do I know? I've seen Moxie 2020 right in front of me.
Yeah. He's new.
Oh, you're using
but I
Moxie's
want
account.
different account.
Oh, okay. No, I don't know
Yeah.
Moxie. I don't think we've done it. Yeah. Pretty sure we haven't. Does anybody have any questions? Any questions at all? Oh, you want to keep those ships out of the office? We're not insured for that. We're not insured for that. You want to keep those ships out of the office again. Just back it up. Whoa, back it up. I will send you to the campfire. Keep that out of the office. There you go. Move along. Move along. We're not insured for that. We don't cover that kind of damage. Okay. All right, everybody. Does anybody have any questions? Anybody not learn how to fly? Want me to go over that again?
I do.
What's that, Hummingbird? What's going on?
If there's more than one person that goes on the plane, will it go?
Well, it's only 1 user at a time, and we only allow 3 in the air at one time right now. That number will go up
Right,
with
right.
increasing performance in the space.
No,
But,
I mean, it's like there were 3 or people in it. And they
Yeah,
didn't
no, you can't
off.
take passengers right now. It's only one
So
ship
only
per
one, right?
person. Yes,
One
that's
person?
right.
Yeah, that's what I
That's
thought.
right. There you go. Awesome. Very cool. It's only one at a time. But yeah, it would be cool if we could take passengers. I'd like to see that. But right now that we're kind of limited in how we can attach avatars. What's up, Dane?
So, the planes, or whatever they're called,
We call them Talon.
it says they're unavailable.
Yes, there's only 3 allowed up at a time. So as soon as somebody detaches or presses the eject button, it'll free up and that unavailable sign will say available. When it says available, you press the launch button and one will attach to you and you'll be able to go up. The number of, the limit is 3 right now, but we're hoping to increase that as soon as we can increase performance in this area.
Okay,
Yeah, it's a matter of-
so they're called Talons?
Well, that's what we call them. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, Talon hovercraft. That's what we named them. Yeah.
Hey,
It
Michael.
goes with the whole Ravenhall thing, Ravenhall, Talon, it's kind
Your
of keeping with the theme.
hovercraft, aircraft, planes, drones,
Ships,
we'll accept ships, whatever you want to call
Planes,
them.
there's all kinds of things people call them. We like to call them talents. All right, does anybody have any questions while we're waiting around? Any questions at
do.
all?
I have a question.
What's your question?
Wait.
What's your question, Avocado Boy?
The thing
I've seen
in
you
the
before.
beginning, Is that yeah? The thing in the beginning, is that new?
What thing in the beginning? The portal?
Yeah, it said like teleporting you to
The
the
button.
academy. Like,
Oh, wait. So did you show up late? I'm dying to hear this.
yeah,
You showed up
I
after we
up
left,
late.
right?
It was like
What happened?
It says like the session has already beginning. I will
Yes, it
teleport you to Ravenhall's Academy.
It worked. You brought me good
It does,
news.
and
You're
it's
my favorite
really
today,
cool.
Avocado
It's
Boy.
really
All right,
cool.
what happened was we start out in that forum space. Some of you were there for that, right?
I wanna go
And what
back
happens
now.
if after we leave, we don't want anyone showing
Oh,
up
you
in
should.
that
You should
stage,
try it out.
right? So what happens is the teleporter will open up after an announcement is made, and then bring the people here. They come in that space while we're not there. So if there's no moderators present in the area, it does that. And there's another button on that pole that we're going to unveil tomorrow during our I Am Possible event. So
Not
we're
in
pretty
the
excited. We got a lot of
office,
new
not in the
stuff.
office.
Keep it
I
out
will
of the
send you to
office.
the
We're not in
campfire.
short for that
Keep it out of
day.
the office.
Don't make me send you
Please,
back.
thank you.
All right, cool. Very good. Thanks. To keep those things out of the office, that's all we ask.
Just-
Otherwise,
we have
enjoy
the
them
whole
in the
wide
entire space.
world just outside of
Yep.
the office, please.
Exactly.
Otherwise,
You can
we're
even
gonna
hover
have to-
outside where you can still hear. That's cool because I like to see people flying it. Keep it out of the office. It's not first doesn't cover that. Structural damage and all that. Yeah.
That's true.
All right. If anybody
That's
has
true.
any questions at all, just let me know. If anybody didn't get those flight instructions, I'm very happy to go over them again. You got a question, Moxie? What's up?
How do you fly their ships?
Well, first you got to be in flight mode. Are you in flight mode?
How do you do that?
What you want to do is you want to press your blue and white triangle button on your lower left. When you press that blue and white triangle button, you're going to see all these tabs on the bottom. One of those tabs looks like a cogwheel and it says setting. If you press on that settings cogwheel, you're going to see all these categories on the left-hand side. The third one down says input. If you press on the input category, the center panel will change. The top of that says fly. There's a white circle next to that. You press that white circle, it toggles to blue, and you're ready to go. All you have to do now is press the X button in the lower right, press the X that says close, and you'll be able to see again how's it going. And then move forward and look up. And then you'll go up into the air. Very good. Awesome. Yeah, it's cool, right? Now what you do is you fly outside here through the door or the window, right? What you can do is you can go through these red rings up the tower where you learn about a type of teleportation. If you want to try the ships, all you got to do is one is available, you just press the launch button inside the one that's on the pad, and that's all you need to do.
Is this a quest only?
Welcome
thing?
back. Welcome back, Z.
No,
What you say?
this is open to
Is
everyone.
this a quest
Doesn't matter.
only tool?
No, everybody. Everybody can use
Everyone?
it. Yeah,
Okay.
everyone. All right. All devices are welcome. But I see you got the flight pen. That's cool. And
Yeah.
actually, the flight pen is great to use in conjunction with one of these talent ships if you can get one. They seem like they're being very popular today. There's only a limit of 3 in the air at one time. But as soon as somebody frees up and ejects from one of them, you'll see the sign change to available. You press that launch button, one of them will attach to you, and you can fly around.
Okay.
It's a bit of fun because you actually feel like you're in the ship. It's pretty cool. All right, I'm going to head back in the office here. Does anybody have any questions at all? Any questions? Hey, Fury, how's it going? Sounds like
I have a question.
that portal thing worked out. What's your question, Fury?
How much fun would it be for a person who wasn't a moderator, do you think, to like rotate and just keep re-entering the event? I kind of want to try it.
Well, I could take away your moderator status if you'd like. That's it.
I don't want to.
We'll take you off the wall. You'll face, social ruin
But I'm
back
a
at the
commander.
campfire.
I'm a commander.
Yeah, well, you want to test it. That's probably the best way to test it. But it sounds like it's working the way it's supposed to. I'm really happy with that.
Too.
Oh, yeah. How did it go? Did it work?
Well, I went in there and the announcement said, welcome to Ravenhall, whatever, and then the
Forum,
next
yeah.
everything turned blue.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Did it say it was going to, it said it was going to teleport you first though, right?
No, it didn't say that.
It didn't.
It just said
Okay.
welcome, and then it turned blue, and I was teleported.
Oh, you know what happened? Somebody might have gone in there before you and set it off, and you heard at the end of the announcement. That's possible too.
Back away from the office, please, with the tower.
Yeah, not in
Thank
the
you.
office. We're not short for that. Back that thing up. All right, cool. It's a big area. You don't got to come in the building. Actually, we are working on something. Enjoy it while you can, because we are working on something now where if you get too close to the office one of the ships, you'll notice there's a satellite dish on the roof, right? It's going to shoot them down if they get too close to the office.
I have another idea.
No, you won't
I have
know.
another idea.
It's gonna dematerialize the ship, and your
Listen.
avatar will be fine.
I have another idea. I have a competing idea.
A competing idea.
competing
What's your
idea.
idea, Fury?
Very, very tiny vehicles, like slightly larger than your avatar vehicles.
Oh, you know what would be funny? That would be funny if you come into the office with them and the ship shrinks. Like it comes down, it shrinks, and you just see like somebody like basically it looks like a go-kart, and they're in the office going, "I'm on a plane," but it's really as small as like a little car, like those or like a go-kart or something like that. That'd be cool. Yeah,
I think that would be fun.
that might be better than shooting somebody down. That would be some
I
good
think
laughs.
so.
Somebody comes in, they've got a ship like this big
But it's
back
like-
of them, and they're
But
running
it's
around going,
it's
"Look at
it's
me, I'm
a
on plane.
it's
I'm
a
on plane."
hovercraft that looks like a tutu.
Yeah,
You know,
a tutu craft.
it'd be good.
Yeah, that'll be our
Tutu
next
craft.
innovation. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. We got more coming. What's your question? Merry Christmas.
somebody
I'm
just
not
told
actually
me
wishing you a
that.
Merry Christmas. That is your name. That's
Yeah, I know.
freaky.
You
Look
know,
at that shadow. You
I,
got no colors on you. Weird.
Yeah.
Somebody
No.
told me that everybody has a pen, even though I just looked and it doesn't say it.
Everybody has a pen. Well,
are,
actually, if you are
are
on
you
a
on a
two-handed
one-handed
It's a
controller?
controller,
cat.
you have a pen. If you're on an
I
oscilloscope
think
or a one-handed device, then
it looks like
you don't have the Flight 2
Yeah.
available to you.
that might. It looks like that
I
might
did
be
hear
the
a
thing.
rumor that they're working on that, though. You
Well,
know,
my cat
the best
is
way to get
ruining
around on
my
a one-handed
furniture
device
right
is
now.
by ziplining, which is a type of teleportation that feels like fast flight. I can walk
Or
through those
just
things if you like.
teleporting in general
Yeah.
is usually best with a one-handed
Oh,
controller.
Yeah.
It'll save you
Yeah,
a headache.
What's up, Avocado?
I have a complaint about this world. And I don't mean to
You have a
be
complaint about this world? Oh no! What's your complaint?
What's your
So,
complaint?
my friends too, like all of my friends too, whenever we join this world, it bugs our menus and we can't leave the world. We have to we have to exit out
Uh-oh.
Altspace and restart completely. All of our friends, even not on Go, all have that problem.
Okay. Well, when did that
Really?
happen?
Always, it's like right now I cannot open my menu. Like I can open my menu, but nothing's
Okay.
on
Well, what
Altspace.
device are you on, first of all? Because this sounds very strange. I haven't heard this before.
The Go.
You're on the go.
Okay.
Okay. So you
Okay.
can't see your menu at all right now.
No.
Okay.
Hmm.
This actually isn't the fault of the world. This is sometimes unique to Allspace. What you can do right now is on your controller, right? Just below the trackpad is a button. What happens when you press that button? Does your menu open in front of you?
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I do open up my menu, but it shows like the menu and everything, but none of the worlds are loaded, and it shows triangles from small, big, 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 small.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
that's not us.
yeah.
That's not us. That's
Yeah.
Allspace. This is one of Allspace's busiest times of day, right? Most of our events are keyed into that world. Where'd you go? Oh, there, on the corner. Yeah, this is Allspace's busiest time of day, right? So those triangles, you have to wait for them to keep going because it's loading. Right now, there's a heavy server load. It'll come up. It just takes a couple minutes.
Okay.
It can take a minute, right? So there's nothing wrong with the world. That's more like the
That can be
server
really
lag.
frustrating, but if you notice that it's happening to a lot of people at once, it's almost always the server.
So you don't have a complaint about the world. You have a complaint about Altspace, and unfortunately, I can't do much about that.
Altspace.
I've heard rumors though that they're going to get more servers, so the performance should increase. In
I
the
think they
meantime,
were
if the
working on
menu's
that.
taking a little bit of time to load, just give it a minute, and it should come in.
Yeah.
Especially in a crowded world like this, like we've got a lot of people in here, so it can take a while. That can happen. You got people standing on the table. Look at that. Look at that. You're just standing on the table. Just standing there in your shirt.
I feel
All right,
like
everybody.
we need a jukebox in the office.
Yeah,
so
we
that
need some kind
can.
of jukebox music.
We need
type
some
thing here. And
musical
just give me a
accompaniment.
spot.
If
Put it,
people
like,
are going
right
to be
over there,
dancing
right
on the
up against
table,
Put a
Yeah.
jukebox there. But one that
we need
works.
some music. We
Yeah,
need
one
some
that works. One that we
music.
can actually click it and play music. It would have to be like copyright free music though. I don't want to get have to get the
Well,
lawyers in
you
here.
can.
Yeah.
Maybe you can
Yeah,
have
'cause you're
the
recording,
inside
right?
of the
First
jukebox, and
time.
if you click on the jukebox,
Yeah, exactly.
like you could, who Free Fun is?
Wait, hold on 1 second. Brayden, what'd you say about quest time? Just 1 second.
You can play. You can play like the beginning
Oh,
song of Quest Time and
The
go
quest
to.
that's
time
a
song.
great idea. We'll put all of our theme music
Do
in it.
do do
For
do.
every event, we have different theme music. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a cool, great idea.
You could
I
go
like that.
Quest Time,
Yeah.
Go Time.
Yeah, that would be awesome. See, I love hearing all this feedback.
Wow.
Great.
That
It's
is
a
a
great
heck
idea.
of a spin. Look at this.
Oh, look at that. Look at Draco go.
Draco, go.
Draco.
Draco,
Look at that.
Draco,
Look at him
Draco.
go.
Yeah.
Wow. Draco's got some moves. How are you doing that? And how are you not getting
Wow,
sick?
he's still going.
Where are his hands?
Smooth turn on.
I don't know, but you see him spinning like that? Look at him go.
Who's
I think he's in
cheating?
a chair. I think he's like in a spinning chair. I think that's how he's doing it.
And you know what?
We need music.
What's that?
The red button, there's no button in the ship.
Do you
in
mean
the
slam it?
town.
Who's?
Sometimes it
Who's
can take a while to
spinning?
load, especially when it's crowded.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes that can happen.
you
All right,
guys
does anybody have any
floating?
questions? Good. Before Avocado Boy started saying something before, and I had to listen. Brayden, I couldn't hear you both at the same time. But now he's spinning.
Wow.
Everybody's spinning. Okay.
Oh,
All right.
I'm spinning now.
Anybody have any questions? Oh, look at this. Z is
Oh,
spinning
God.
and bouncing at the same time. Very cool. Whoa, that's his name. Avocado.
Oh, wow.
All right, everybody. Does anybody have any questions at all? Because we have a few minutes left in the event. Everybody know how to fly? I want to make sure I got everybody. Did anybody not know how
I
to
don't
fly?
know how to fly.
You don't know how to fly? I just showed you.
No,
Okay, let's show you again. All right, press that blue and white triangle button in your lower left. All right, let me know when you do that. You got your main menu up in front of you?
yeah.
All right, you see that cogwheel on the lower right that says settings?
Yeah.
All right, now on the left-hand side, you're going to see all these categories. The third one down says input. Here, press on the input
says
button.
Input?
You see then where?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, on the left input. There you go. You see input? Oh, wait, there you go. You're flying. You found it. You found the
How
fly
do you
button. That's awesome.
fly?
Did
How do
anybody
you
not get those
fly?
flying instructions? We got a big crowd today. I want to make sure we take care of everybody. I heard a me.
I'm still in the room.
Okay, cool. You're still in the room. That's good. What you want to do is you want to press that blue and white triangle button on your lower left. You see
Yeah,
that?
I'm on settings. I saw what to do. I just don't know how to do
All
the
right, cool.
cogwheel.
All right, you got the cogwheel
Same
where it says
thing.
settings. You press that one
Settings
time.
and cogwheel are the same thing. Don't
They're
be
the same
confused. It's
thing, yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Just press
so-
settings.
You press settings.
So
Yeah.
And now you see where it says
input.
input? It's the third one down on the left side.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
There you go.
fly. There you go. All right, now move forward and look up after you press close.
I saw synchronized spinning. Look at this.
Yeah.
Oh,
Really?
this is cool.
Yeah, you see where your head. It's kind of weird, right? So what you want to do is you want to fly out through that door there, and you can go through the red rings, and then you'll reach the tower at the top, and there'll be instructions on how to zip line teleport, which is a type of teleportation that feels like fast flight.
What
My voice is going.
What the
What?
what?
What the what?
What the what? What?
What the what? What? What?
I don't know. What?
Is there
What?
a way to get rid of the black
What?
circle when you're moving forward?
Oh
Yes,
there
there
is.
I can't stand
Absolutely.
that. Those are called
Why do
blinders.
you
And I can't stand that. What you want to do is if you press your blue and white triangle button, you're going to see your main
Yep.
menu open up before you as if by magic. One of those options on the left-hand side, right, settings, that settings cogwheel, you'll have all these categories on the left. You'll see where it says comfort, and at the very top of it, you'll see
Comfort.
blinder.
Okay.
All right? You want to
Blinders.
disable the blinders, and then press close, and then move forward to test it, and it should work.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Thanks.
It's much better, right?
Yeah.
I can't stand those blinders myself.
Oh, I hate them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should include that in the territorial. Territorial. Listen to me. They should include that in the tutorial.
Tutorial.
Not
yes,
that I'm
I agree.
territorial about the tutorial, but that's apparently a hard word to say today. You know,
It
they
is.
zip it
It
around.
is.
That dragon feathers. Dragon feathers. You got an orbit going. All right, nobody panic. It's gonna be okay.
Tornado.
What happened now?
It's like a little tornado.
It is. I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah, absolutely. You
I
know,
haven't
it's got
seen
some
this
kind of
much spinning
gravitational
since
tornado thing going on.
Quest time
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah, yeah, very cool. All right, before we head out, does anybody have any questions?
how
We
do
got
I
a big crowd
fly?
today. I want to make sure we got everybody. Anybody have any questions at all?
Ow.
Any
How do I
ow.
fly?
Questions are painful. What'd you say?
I have a question.
What's your
I have a
question,
question.
Doc? What's your question?
It is. Why are your
How do I
eyes green?
fly?
Wait, what's your question?
Why are your eyes green?
I can't hear.
Why are my eyes green? Because that is the
Are
color
you-
that I chose for my eyes.
I have a
Are you
question.
okay?
I have a
Am I
question.
what?
Kit Kat.
Are you okay?
Am I what? I
Are
can't hear
okay?
you. Am I
He said,
okay?
"Are you?"
Am I
yeah, he's
okay?
doing great.
Yeah, are
I'm
you
I have a
doing
okay?
great.
question. It's
Yeah,
I have
what's
a
up?
question. How do
Yeah,
I
What's your
fly?
question?
I don't know
How do
how
you
to
fly? What you want to do is you want to press on that blue and white triangle button in your lower left. When you press on that blue and white triangle in your lower left, you are going to notice
Ooh, that-
all these tabs on the bottom. On the tabs
Yeah.
on the
Where
bottom,
you
you see
customize
a cogwheel
your
that says
avatar.
settings.
That's
If you
where
press on
the
that
blue
cogwheel that says
is.
settings, you are going to see all these categories on the left-hand side. The third category
Okay.
down is input. If you press on input, the center panel changes and you're going to see the word fly. Next to the word fly is a
Okay.
white circle. If you press that white circle, it's going to toggle to blue and you'll be ready to go. Now all you have to do is
Okay.
press the close tab. That's the X with the circle around it in the lower right. And then you'll be able to see it. And all you do is move forward and look up to go right up into the air. There you go. Just move forward. There you go.
Oh!
He's doing it.
Whoa!
He's
Thank
good.
you.
We're changing lives. We're changing lives.
Thank
at the
you.
Flight Academy.
This is
Now you
cool.
fly out this door here. You can go out through these rings, and when you go up through these
Help,
rings, you'll
help.
arrive at the tower. And at the tower, you're going to learn about a type of teleportation that feels like fast flight. We call it zip lining. You'll zip line down to that yellow X, and then I'll be around for a little bit if you have any questions. And if
Okay,
you want
thank
to try
you.
to go up to one of these talent ships, you can hit the ship right there. There's a red button inside. and when the ships will attach you, you can fly up in that. You know, you see them
thank
flying
you.
around here. Various one now.
Excuse-
No worries. All right, does anybody have any questions before we head out? Any questions? And no questions at all? What's that? Behind me?
This is
What?
really
What's up?
cool.
Yeah.
This is really
What's
cool.
your name? I don't understand what you're saying. Oh, thank you.
This is really cool.
I'm glad you're enjoying it. That's awesome.
Thank you for helping.
That's a good time. No problem. Raiden, thanks for helping out today. Let me see. I'm gonna get.
Wait.
I'm gonna head on out. Are any ships available? Looks like we got a lot out. I like to fly on.
How do we
again.
drive those things?
No, but you can't.
It's easy. Let me show you how to do that. Right. What you do, right, is if you're in flight mode, you have to have flight mode turned on. But what you can do, right, is you come down into that ship that's on the ground there. Now we only allow 3 up at a time. Hummingbird, you gonna be around for a little bit?
Oh yeah.
All right, cool. I'll send you an invite. Okay.
Okay, good.
What's your question?
How do I turn off teleportation?
How do you turn off teleportation? What kind of device are you on?
I'm on Oculus Quest.
Oculus Quest. On Oculus Quest, your teleport mode is enabled all the time. All right.
Oh,
So
okay.
you can either walk or teleport at the same time. So how do you disable them? You just don't touch the teleport button. That's what I would do.
Okay.
That's what I would do.
Okay, thank you.
All right, everybody.
So
I'm gonna head on out.
Have a
Thanks
good
for
day.
coming, everybody, and enjoy your Altspace, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for coming.
Bye-bye.
Hello? Where'd everybody go? Why's our cat here?